Did you know that a recent report by Nomura 2022 says that major economies are on the verge of entering a recession? Hi guys, today we are going to discuss the topic of significant concern. Yes, this video is about the recession, the glaring signs of a global depression, and how we can save the world from this considerable shock. Let's dive in and start the video. The recession is all about slowing down global economies over months or years, dropping GDP rates, and, most importantly, dramatically increasing the prices of commodities just as oil and gas. So, looking at the definition of recession now, you have an idea of where the global economy is heading. The entire world is facing warning signs of the worldwide recession. Here are our top 3 signs supporting our argument. Number 3, the crumbling economy of China. China is the world's largest economy, and the world relies on it because it is the largest exporter of goods. Still, unfortunately, the pandemic has hit its economy harder. China's GDP growth has been slowing down due to COVID-19 and the strict lockdowns. This has resulted in unemployment simultaneously. Europe and the USA are also facing rise in commodities prices it never encountered before. Meanwhile, the excessive supply of property has become a potential threat to China's lucrative growth. That's why China took a bold step in 2020 by introducing a 3 red lines policy. According to this policy, China has restricted lending for the property development sector. Number 2, the increasing rates of interest. The USA has increased the interest rates to promote economic growth and maintain stable inflation since the 2008 global recession. Moreover, other central banks will be compelled to raise interest rates to mitigate the global recession. This also contributed to the factor behind the highest inflation rates worldwide. Investors forecasted that U.S. Central Bank is about to increase 75 basis points in the monetary policy rates. This policy rate will shake the U.S. economy with an 8.6% inflation rate. According to a recent research report, if the interest rates keep rising quickly, it will result in restraining consumption growth, reduction in business output, and finally, job cuts and unemployment, causing a recession. Number 1, global conflicts. The aggressive step of the Ukraine invasion is the most significant sign of recession, which has a trickle-down effect on the world. The Russian conflict has resulted in a surge in gas and oil prices. Moreover, the consumers have to pay even more taxes, reducing the energy demand. The European countries have also increased the gas prices 10 times higher than ever due to this hostile situation. The World Bank already warned that Russia's move could push the entire world into a recession. There is also the risk of inflation with low supply, and there's a chance of looming inflation for a more extended period. The Ukrainian war exacerbated the situation by increasing the oil prices as it spiked them significantly. This dilemma of increased oil prices started in 2020. We all know that when a country that produces oil is involved in a conflict, the price of oil always rises, which then leads to higher inflation rates, and Russia is the world's 3rd biggest oil producer. According to a U.S. report, since the 1973 oil crisis, the world has faced an immense rise in oil prices. Still, researchers have envisaged that at least 50% of oil prices will be increased by the end of 2022. This rise in oil prices is likely to happen shortly because the US has imposed sanctions on Russia. It is being isolated from the world's economy since Russia is the leading energy exporter to many countries. Germany depends on Russian gas because it imports a lot of gas from Russia. That's why Germany, out of other Eurozone big economies, will face the toughest repercussions of the Ukrainian war. In short, Russian crises and inflation are directly proportional to each other. This is undoubtedly an eye-opening sign of the global recession. Another conflict that has the potential threat to the global recession is an invasion of Taiwan by China. Taiwan is a leading manufacturer of electronics and an exporter of computer chips. If China tries to imitate Russia and invade Taiwan, then the US will reciprocate similarly by imposing sanctions. Then, the chip shortage will hit the world. So, the world will face stagflation if energy prices rise and the food supply decreases. I hope you are enjoying the video. And give a thumbs up quickly before I jump to the most crucial part of the video. Done? That is great. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. Now let us discuss how we can circumvent the global recession. We can avoid the global recession by resolving the Ukraine war. This significant sign, which has caused global inflation of 5.7% for advanced and 8.7% for the emerging markets, demands attention and focus on resolving the issue by joining hands together. Because the global economy will slow down by 3.6% in 2022 and 2023 if the Ukraine conflict looms. In the same way, the central bank can also play an imperative role by working shoulder by shoulder with the fiscal authorities. Financial policies should be the reflection of the economic environment. As a state enterprise and an independent entity, the central bank is responsible for informing the public authorities, businesses, and the public about upcoming fiscal and monetary decisions. The IMF is known as a supporting hand in the worst economic conditions. The IMF's fundamental model is to secure the SDR rights from those countries that have an excess of funds and lend distressed countries that need them the most. According to reports, IMF still has $700 billion SDR rights, which requires dilution. The fund should be available to those countries that need them the most. Finally, international cooperation and globalization have a great image of elevating underdeveloped economies by reducing poverty. In the previous 30 years, the collaboration has brought down poverty to 650 million from 2 billion. The globalization benefits from the past should be brought forward to the future. The world should be seeming a single community in these challenging times. As now this is not about just being an individual country, but the world. It is now the prime responsibility of self-sufficient countries to lift the economies lurking behind growth due to commodity and fuel price inflation. That is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If yes, then let me know in the comments section below. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.